Is this video too long for you? Well, look in the description right now, you'll see I have provided chapters, so if you just want to skip ahead to all the collection continuations, or maybe you only care about clothing and armour for example, just look in the description, I have provided the option for you. And with that, good day, Ruskin Endurers. I hope you're doing alright, because it's time for the Rust Workshop skin checks. Yes, over the weekend and as a Monday, we've received a lot of very interesting skin submissions. Oh yes, indeed, yeah, good, look at that, it's a little teaser. So you're probably wondering, okay, what's the purpose of the video? Well, we're looking at this with a financial perspective. Please understand this, with future Rust stores, if we see skins from notable collections getting acceptances, we tend to see the pre-existing skins from the same collection having a bit of a spike in demand and a spike in price. So, if we could identify all the collection continuations today, we could use this website, scmm.app, to help visualise whether it's a good idea or not to jump in and make an investment. Yes, the sole focus for this video is to try and identify potential investments with the aim of making some sweet, delicious looking profit. It's as simple as that. Understood? All good. Now you're probably wondering, how come you got all those skins nicely presented to you in such a nice manner? Well, I have a followed authors list, and if you want to get one set up for yourself, please look in the top right corner of this video right now. You'll see a card has appeared. If you were to click it, it'll navigate you to a video which will explain to you the different ways in which you can set up your own followed authors list. So that option is available to you. However, if you don't really want to set one up, you could always use micro522.com. This is made by our good friend Mr. Micro. If you click the workshop, and what do we see? All the newest skins that have been submitted. You can look at these in various different ways, from most recent submissions. You could even look at upvotes. You can see total score. The option is available to you, and if you really care about a certain collection, you can even search for it. As you can see, Shadowborn's right there. So if I type this in, what do I see? I see all the Shadowborn skins that came out somewhat recently, or rather the submissions, I should clarify. So yeah, also if you so wish, you could actually just click the names, I believe. So, oops, sorry. I think if you could just click the names there, you can also click artist names and you can see all of their recent skins. So this website is going to be very nice and helpful for a lot of you, especially to those who have their own servers. You can actually get the WSkin links as well. Get a good look at these skins in your own time. The option's available to you. So yeah, please consider giving this a good look. I'll make sure it's linked in the description of this video as well. So, before we actually get started taking a look at all the newer skins, I don't think TGG has set up a new video or a new collection today. It doesn't look like it, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe there's going to be a delay or something. Maybe it appears later. Maybe it appears tomorrow. Who knows? But keep an eye out. The top picks list has not been produced yet, it seems. Right, so here we are, 108 skins. Let's just quickly refresh just to confirm that. Yep, 108 skins. A lot of skins this week, a lot of interesting continuations as well. So sit back and relax. Don't forget, if you want to get the link to this collection, look in the description. It will be provided right there. So if you want to listen as I go through all these skins, you're more than welcome to listen. Or maybe you just want to go through it, or in your own time. I'm not gonna judge. It's up to you. Who wants to hear this man yap for over an hour? You crazy people, you. Right, so shall we get started? Shall we start off with Deployables? And immediately, what do we see right here? Shadowborn Locker. So, yeah, I was actually not even considering a Locker skin. So we've been discussing this somewhat recently. We've been pretty consistent with the recent Shadowborn skins being accepted. As you look over to here with the current Rust store, we've got the large box right there. And yeah, instant new submission. Lovely new piece of art. With the new changes to Bradley, he conquered it. So yeah, Vase, Cubist, lovely piece of work here. Now here's another question. When was the last Locker skin to be accepted? Or rather, introduced to Rust? Yeah, you probably don't remember. It was the Twitch drop, wasn't it? When we had the charity skins, we had the Twitch drop back in October, 6 months ago. Last year, we actually received a lot of Locker skins, so let's just quickly go over that real quickly. We haven't had one yet this year, so things are looking interesting there. But last year, we ended up with like 8. Yeah, now, Locker skins tended to be a bit rare in the past. You'd hardly ever see that many. Last year, we got a lot. Quite a lot of the more recent Locker skins haven't been performing very well because, so many options and whatnot. And, well, I can't help but assume it's probably a very good time for the likes of another Locker skin. With it, been 6 months since, of course, the charity Rust Locker, which was given away for free. Don't forget that. So, yeah, now we have to discuss the nice potential positive impact on the likes of the Shadowborn collection, because as of now we have 3 deployable skins. You might notice the Shadowborn Sheep in the Door is slightly below its Rust store price. Don't forget, always just double check. Look on the Steam market, just go ahead and see how many listings are below its rust price, and from what I can see there, well, it's about 10. It is about 10, but it's still very thin, all right? Still very thin. So another skin to be accepted for the deployable collection. Well, what do you reckon is going to happen? It'll easily get bought out. It'll easily rise up in price. Now that 27 there isn't doing it any favors, but all the way up to that point, at the very least, it looks like it could easily rise up in price. Also, you know, look at the garage door, for example. This has been sitting here quite comfortably. Hasn't been going as high as it did initially when we saw the sheepman door, but it's still comfortably sitting here at $4. Still very nice and thin. Again, same thing. This could easily get bought out. This could easily rise up in price. So, yes, we did get the large box, and it hasn't been selling that much. All the skins that you see here in the current roster haven't been selling that much. I have been discussing that quite recently. If I go over to my YouTube real quickly, you'll see over here, I did have this low quantity sales potential. Basically, based on what we've seen over the past few weeks, these skins haven't been selling as much compared to like 2 weeks ago. So that potentially could work out very interestingly for the likes of this large box, which is currently in the Rust store. I thought this would probably do about 16,000 sales. It's Tuesday. There's another 2 days left of this being in the Rust store. I don't think it's going to reach that now. So I can't help but assume that large box is actually looking pretty interesting. If we do see the likes of this potentially being accepted, can't help but assume that large box is going to be in a very, very, very interesting spot, considering it's sold so much less compared to the previous skins that we've had so far. So as of now, I will sit here and say I'm very curious and optimistic. I can't guarantee this is going to be accepted, but I will sit here and say, how often do we even see a good-looking locker skin being submitted? In all of 2024, 3.5 months in, so 15 weeks in of this year, all right, I've seen 5 good locker skin submissions. 5 good locker skins that were of the quality standard to be accepted into Rust. Now, 4 of them haven't been accepted, so we understand that. But that right there is different. That's a Shadowborn locker, part of a notable and in-demand collection at the moment. I think it's got a fairly decent chance. I reckon. So looking at that, what do you reckon? Are you feeling confident? Are you going to make a move, whether it's the other skins from the collection or considering, you know, I'm going to jump in and buy this? Well, I should point this out. This large box is abnormal, so we don't necessarily want to jump in and buy it just yet. We want to do our abnormal barters first, then consider buying it afterwards. But yeah, take that all into consideration. That's looking a lot more appealing now. And if we do see the consistent acceptances of Shadowborn, things should be okay. Deployable collections that keep getting more skins tend to work out ever so nicely. But we've seen Vase in the past having very interesting deployable collections that stopped after only 3 skins. So we'll have to keep an eye out. It's up to you what you do, but I'm going to sit here and say I'm optimistic, and I'm looking forward to seeing what potentially happens. 6 months since the last locker skin. This looks very appealing for potential acceptance. We'll wait and see, alright? So let's move on then. What do we have next? We got the likes of rug skins. Now, we've actually got a lot of continuations here as well. But first of all, we have the 15% sale. Wow, this is produced by Bingo. I'm not sure if that's going to be a perfectly fine idea forever. If only you could change the number on the percentage. That would be a very cool idea. Maybe that's something Facepunch needs to make themselves as an item. For all players, that might be fun, but hey, it's up to you. So if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Bingo. And, well, let's move on to the next skins, because what do we see right here? Another collection continuation. We have the likes of the Pirate... I almost said frag. It's not a grenade, it's a flag. Sorry, I'm talking too fast. Right, Pirate Flag Rug. Because I was trying to say rug as fast as possible and it got it mixed up. So anyway, Pirate Flag Rug, this is actually the second attempt. It was a good 2 or so months ago where we saw the likes of the rug initially being uploaded. I think they've changed it a bit, made it appear as if it hangs a little bit more. So 19J34633. Very nice little change there. I should also point out we have a glow-in-the-dark version. It appears to glow quite nicely. Yeah, get a good look at that. Yep. So this is more of a decorative piece rather than a rug skin. But from what we've seen somewhat recently of the likes of rug skins that are being accepted, Respawn Allegory Fresco, and the likes of that recent Lunar New Year decorative, was it a fan? I can't remember. It was a fan, yeah. Yeah, I don't think Facepunch are going to be too upset by the likes of this. I think it's got a fairly decent chance of potentially being accepted. It does have competition, though. I should point that out. So, let's go over to here, take a look at the likes of the Pirate Collection, because if you can remember, a whole bunch of clothing and armour, Then we got some weapons. Then we got some deployables. Problem is, how are those deployables currently holding up? Not looking very pretty, I'm afraid. Down 38%, down 44%, and down 11%. Right, okay, so the amount of sales they had, it wasn't ridiculous. It was like reasonably okay, but this came out literally just before that Easter dip, and many skins went down in price very low around February, March time. But now, since then, they've started to recover very nicely. This garage door, for example, it was much lower than $2.22. So if I just go over to here, just quickly show this off to you. Come on, load up Steam. You know you want to. Don't start playing games with me right now. Come on. Yep, this is the state of the Steam servers at the moment. It's not fun. I know. Here we are. Oh, great. It doesn't work. Lovely. Oh, now it does. Perfect. Right, so there's only 31 of these on the Steam market. And look at how thin it is. There's no big fat quantities, no resistance. And if I show you its recent history, you can see it's actually been trending upwards quite nicely. Lowest point around here, about $1.50 at worst. And now, currently sitting at $2.22. What do you reckon might give it another push? Another deployable skin, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, as a whole, plenty of clothing and armor skins, where we're focusing the deployables. So I will sit here and say, if we potentially see another deployable skin being accepted for the Pirate Collection, more specifically, I could see a nice boost in demand for the likes of its deployables. Now, just to clarify, I think only the garage door is probably worth taking a look at. The other two deployables, which I didn't really look at that much, they have a bit more quantity and they seem to be in a bit more trouble, so I wouldn't go near them as much. So, overall, there is a potential nice investment to be made there, whether it's the non-glowing flag or the glow-in-the-dark flag, we shall see. By all means, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you two. Let's move on to the next rug skin, because immediately we have another blocky skin. Yes, I did say Pirate Collection had competition, and here we have the launch site blug... I keep saying... Now I'm saying blug. Launch site blocky rug. I can't talk today. I'm sorry. If you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. But yeah, following the nice trend of every different deployable skin we see being made, referencing a different monument, got launch site right there, looks very nice and cute with its goofy style, Lego style I guess you could say. And yeah, so let's go take a look at the current rust door, because what do we see right there? It is the blocky lighthouse door. And if I just click this, you can see all the recent blocky skins that we've been seeing. So it started off with the likes of the garage door, sold a very, very high amount. And then we had the likes of this large box, only did about 15,000 bare minimum sales. And at the moment, that sheet metal door right there, only 9,000. So, yeah, we got a bit of a problem. We also had to consider this. How many potential deployable collections could we see, you know, in the running for a collection continuation? One of their skins to be accepted. Because with this current rust door, Shadowborn, Blocky, it also looks like Tomb of the Octopus potentially might be turning into a collection. Oh, we'll see, I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, there's a lot of deployable collections currently in the running trying to get a skin accepted. Are they going to be competing with each other for a spot, or are they going to still be accepted along with each other? I don't know, but I have to point that out. You know, Facepunch could easily turn around and say, I don't feel like accepting that many deployables this week, we'll just only accept one. You know, that could happen. So, already, so far in this video, we've already discussed quite a lot of collection continuations, haven't we? So you really have to get this in your head, alright? If we were to see the likes of this skin being accepted, yeah, sure, I could imagine this could work out a fair bit better. The garage door seems to be in a bit of a problem, you know, probably due to the fact it sold so much, but these two, they are selling significantly less, and I can't help but assume that could easily get another very nice boost in demand and boost in price, the likes of this large box. And that sheet metal door right there, I can't help but it'll probably be in a nice, very comfortable spot immediately with the likes of this being accepted. But do be aware, we've been seeing a lot of sheet metal doors recently, so keep that in mind. Also, that's abnormal. We don't need to rush into buying that. We can do our abnormal barders first, then consider buying it afterwards, alright? So, of course, don't forget, my abnormal barder streams are on Wednesday. Feel free to jump in and say hello, and then, of course, we'll discuss the prices and how we're going to engage these skins from the current week. Cool. So, overall, things are looking interesting for the likes of this collection, but we got to wait it out a little bit, see how things turn out, because nothing is a guarantee, and there are a lot of collections competing with each other for a spot in rust doors. A very nice glow-in-the-dark rug skin. If you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Kicker. Alright, let's move on to the likes of furnaces, sleeping bag, And small boxes. Yes, there's a lot of small boxes this week. Lots and lots. Right, so what do we see right here? It's the Moon Guard Furnace, produced by Papakal and Universe Kit. Get a good look at its design. Very nice and pretty. Yes, very cool. Now, we can get a good look at it at night time, and it stands out very nicely. Ah, it's like a owl. Oh, that's cute. That's a cool idea. Right, no, that looks really, really nice. You've done a very good job there. Well, if you approve of it as well, chat, if you think, you know what, I could do with another furnace skin, that looks cool, I'd like to see that being accepted, well, show your support, please consider voting yes or no, and guys, best of luck to you. That could be your first ever skin to be accepted, I'm sure. Right, what do we have over here? Well, we've got some competition. Little Ranger and Lexi have produced the Heroic Furnace. Get a good look at that. So you can see, oh, is it like ancient Roman pottery designs, or is it Greek? You know what I'm trying to say. I like the idea. I can see it all. Looks pretty nice. So, would you like to see that potentially being accepted? You've got a nice little GIF here as well. Make sure you see that. I wouldn't say no. It looks very pretty to me. So if you think maybe another furnace couldn't hurt right about now, well, please consider voting yes or no. And best of luck to you two, Little Ranger and Lexi. All right, let's see how that potentially turns out. Now, moving on to the early sleeping bag skin of the week, we have Mr. WAGAN's Blaze Sleeping Bag. Now, is that transparency or is it just like ash? I think it's supposed to emulate like currently being on fire. So yeah, it glows in the dark, stands out quite nicely. Maybe that's something you'd like to have inside your base when you're in the early stages of building up your base. That would be helpful. Glow in the dark deployables can be very useful for you. So if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. WAGAN. Right, here we have Kua's first aid kit boxes, which come in 3 different versions. First one is the red one. Typically when you maybe have like a community centre, or maybe you're in some sort of establishment, a big building, they're going to have some sort of first aid kits, aren't they? And typically they do come in like this large red bag, or maybe with a big green cross. And we also have a green version as well. So I don't know what you get in your countries or where you're from, but you always normally have a bag with bandages and some first aid, equipment and whatnot. So yeah, pretty neat idea. I don't think we've had a small box accepted for a while. No, we had the high quality metal box. Yeah, that was like 2 weeks ago. You're an idiot, Hedge. Well, couldn't hurt for another one, I reckon. So, for you role players out there, do you like what you see? Would you like to potentially have a first aid kit in your base? Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Kua. And don't forget, it does come in 3 versions, so pick out the one you like most. Now, in contrast, wouldn't you like a med kit that could easily just restore your health by 100? So yeah, we actually have something similar, but more referential to, Rust itself. We've got the med kit themed small wood box produced by Lottie and Luigi. Get a good look at that. I'm sure you can easily see the resemblance. So if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too. Right, what do we have here? It's the Igloo wood box. Is that made of ice cubes? Kind of looks a bit triangular, which is a bit strange. It's like disco sequence. Well, you could imagine there's probably some very small Eskimos currently hiding in there. Yeah, glows in the dark quite nicely, it seems. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to imply it's glow in the dark. JJ, remember, add a little message here saying it glows, or here, you got to point that out. I believe that's a rule, so you might want to follow the rules, I'm just saying. So yeah, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, JJ. Rust Razor wood storage. Now this comes in 2 versions. Hesiam has produced, oh cool, you can see it with and without, cool. But yeah, we've got the likes of this Rust Razor wood small box. Get a good look at that. Now it comes in 2 versions. Yep, you've got one that glows in the dark. There you go, that's what I'm applying. Got to have the glow message. Right, so yeah, this is the non-glowing version. This is the glowing version. If you like the design, if you're a fan of that, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Hesiam. Right, we scroll down a little bit more. What do we see? Storages, large boxes to be precise, and then we have wooden doors. Alright, let's get started. So, another storage collection attempt. I could really go on about this, but I've been talking about storage collections for a very long time. If you like what you see here with the lava box gun storage, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Jessin. Let's move on. What do we have here? Crystal Shine large box. Alright, so... Oh, I've accidentally tried to give it a award there. I don't like it that much. Well, I mean, I don't want to show any bias, so I don't vote on anything. So yeah, get a good look at that. Very nice. Not too crazy in terms of its design, but it's bejeweled with large red quartz crystals and whatnot. Well, it's up to you. And yes, it does appear to glow ever so faintly, but not too crazily. So if you like what you see, if you're a fan of crystals, maybe they might emit some special energy. If you're that kind of crazy person, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Danielson, and let's see if you can get your first ever skin to be accepted. Next up, what do we have right here? It's the Blaze Flow large box. Get a good look at this, produced by Lice. I'm pretty sure that's Lice Saint. Yep. Oh wow, that does stand out quite nicely. Blaze and ice. Very cool. So, if you like the blue and the orange, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Lice Saint. Let's move on. What do we have here? We have the first wooden door. It's produced by Hashaki. Pass and please. Okay. Wet wooden door. Yep. Do not open the door. Caution to strangers. Alright, yes. If you try and open the door, you might get your hands all smothered in paint, and you wouldn't want that. So you shouldn't raid the space. Yes, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Hashaki. Next up, we've got the fully armoured wooden door. Get a good look at this. So, one side has a little warning sign saying top kick, and the other side is pretending to be an armoured door. But they didn't really crop out the the image properly, so maybe it's not going to trick anyone. But we do already have like a pretend armoured door, wooden door. So we'll see how that potentially turns out, but this is a glow-in-the-dark wooden door, and it's pretty creative. I could hand it over to the likes of Mr. GXT Face. He had a pretty cool creative spin on it. So if you like what you see here and you want to see that being accepted, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. GXT Face. Alright, crime scene. Wooden door. Get a good look at this. It's all wrapped up. You're not allowed inside. Bad things have happened. Oh no. I can't even see it. Oh no. It's been censored. Oh no. Oh, there you go. Now I can see it. So, yeah, good old Steam servers. Working very nicely. Now, this doesn't appear to glow in the dark. Oh, it's got blood on one side. Oh no. Oh. Well, there you go. So, if you want to set up a crime scene in Rust, you probably have the perfect scene for you right here. Produced by Alex Valera Work. If you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, sir. Let's move on, and let's scroll down and discuss the likes of sheet metal doors. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You know what? I might as well get all the skins. Every single door skin that we have over here, I probably double-clicked that already, but I'll be fine. You know, I just closed the other one. Alright, let's push towards the end of this portion of the video with Deployables, because we got tons of doors to go through. First up, calligraphy, sheet metal door. Get a good look at that. It is kind of strange. I'm trying to figure out what I'm looking at, sorry. It is a bit odd. I haven't seen an art style like this before. Well, if it appeals to you, if you like what you see, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Monomic Man. Yeah, let's see how that potentially works out. Alright, okay. Look, I'm just saying, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to use this door. Alright, it's got a big tongue and a mouth and it tries to bite me. I'm not sure if that's a safe idea to sell this, Mr. Tricks and Reckless, but at the end of the day, cool idea. Very nice, cool looking mimic door. Of course, mimics like those chests and whatnot, you know. Oh, look, I found a treasure chest. I'm going to go open it and it bites you. I'm sure you played Dark Souls. Come on now. So, yeah, cool idea. Do you like what you see? Are you a fan of this? Well, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Tricks and Reckless. Let's see how this potentially turns out. Next up, what do we see? We've got the Hades gears. Now, I believe this comes in 2 different versions. The first version comes in with an orange glow with the skulls. Get a good look at that during the day. Very nice. But the second version is blue. Yes, blue skulls, blue eyes. Still scary, I guess. So, if you're a fan of this, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. And best of luck to you, Shaft, Henon, and Nui. So, yep, real quick extra look. Consider showing your support. And let's move on. Right, this is the industrial door produced by Confusion. Get a good look at this. Nothing too crazy, but still quite stylish. And over to here we have the glow-in-the-dark version. Yes, you can see the lights inside, and at night time it stands out very brightly. So if you're a fan of that, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Confusion. Let's move on. What do we have here? It's the first collection continuation to discuss with these sheepmen of doors. First up, we have Polished Obsidian. Right, so, out of all the Polished Obsidian skins, I think we only have one Deplorable still. There have been attempts. I remember there was a garage door not too long ago. But the only other Deplorable we have... Okay, no, that's the wrong one. We have two Polished Obsidian skins. There we are. I clicked the rock only by accident. Now, you might be sitting there saying, wow, this furnace is doing very nicely. Clearly, it's an in-demand set. Well, it actually looks like someone bought out all the stock of this furnace literally just a few days ago. Seems like that might potentially be a bit of a manipulation. And, of course, the Steam servers don't work properly. There we go. Oh, thanks, Steam. You're so helpful. But, yeah, only 14 listings, and it just, like, dramatically rises up to about $8 after, like, what, just a few sales? So, yeah, someone jumped in and bought out all the stock, just to point that out. You can see that very clearly right there. I don't think this is in demand as much as you think it is. Also, it's done a very good job in retaining its value, but I've also noticed for like, what, a good couple months now, simply nobody was listing this below a certain point, like below $2.50. So I don't know what's been going on. I think certain people have been buying it out to make it never go below a certain price, and only now have they started to grab all the stock and then, of course, try and manipulate it. So it might have been a long, like, plan. We'll see. I'm just saying things are a little bit suspicious with this furnace. That is the only deplorable skin in reference to the likes of this large door here, sheepman door here. Sorry. But yeah, get a good look at that. Same style, shiny black rock. Very nice, very cool. But if you're going to sit there and say, Hedge, should I go invest into the likes of the rock? You know, the polished obsidian rock? No, I wouldn't do that. But what about the furnace? Well, as I said, it's already been bought out, cleaned out. Stock's been bought out, the cheap stuff's gone, and now it appears it looks like it's starting to get manipulated. So personally, I'd sit here and say, I wouldn't bother, I wouldn't go near it. But if you like the skin, if you'd like to see this, continuing, if you'd like to see more polished obsidian skins, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Jimmy Tedeschi and Nolfut. Let's move on to the next door, because we have another continuation. This is the clan-based sheepman door. So for a while now, Mr. Kazaru, as you can see right there, he's been trying to continue his clan-based skins based on his garage door. Recently, we saw the likes of the furnace. Now we have a sheepman door. So let's go over to here, type in clan base. Because we've only got one skin so far. We could see this potentially turning into a set. Okay, I can't seem to find it. Go to March 14. Here we are. That garage door isn't doing it super great at the moment, unfortunately. Oops, I meant to go to the Steam market. Take me to the Steam market. Oh, it worked instantly. Perfect, right. Now, there's only 38 listings, so that sounds pretty interesting, but quite a lot of those listings happen to be below its rush door price. Not doing it any favours. That sold for $2.99, and the amount of listings below $3 is quite a lot there. However, if we were to see this potentially develop into a collection, that would actually work out quite nicely. But we should also consider there's been a lot of interesting garage doors that have come out recently. And that's not doing this any favours. We recently had the likes of Shadowborn and, of course, Blocky. Blocky actually came out just before this. And, of course, we had the Tomb of the Octopus one literally this week. So this is a problem with garage doors every single year. Whilst you get a few very nice, cool-looking ones early on in the year, you end up getting more during like the summer and autumn time and even Christmas time. So yeah, for you to sit there and say, oh, but that's awesome. Yeah, but there's more awesome stuff afterwards, and they took the attention away from the likes of that. So the only thing that could really help this out is if it gets a collection. The attempts have been made. I can't guarantee they're going to be accepted, what with the amount of deplorable collections trying to get skins accepted at the moment. But hey, if this were to slowly start getting more skins accepted, I can see the garage door improving, being better than $1.90 at the very least. But it's a matter of if, right, rather than when. So if you like what you see here, if you're a fan, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Kazaru. But I don't know. I am so conflicted in regards to what could be happening in terms of acceptances over the course of the next couple months, especially with deplorables, that I'm just going to probably want to take a step back. That's just my thoughts, all right? So let's move on. let's go over to the likes of the Tomb of the Octopus. Yes, I foreshadowed it, and now it's here. Yes, we do have a continuation for the Tomb of the Octopus garage door that was accepted this past week. So, yep, get a good look at those sinister-looking octopuses. I think it's just octopus. I think that's the plural version. I don't remember. Octopus. Anyway, look at that. Nice, cool-looking glow-in-the-dark design. Do you know what? Kind of looks like it kind of looks cloaked. You've played Baldur's Gate 3, I'm sure, you know. Looks like the, I've already forgotten their names. What they're called. You know what I'm about. But basically, yeah, that stands out very, very nicely. So, let's go talk about this garage door over here. So, we just discussed this. We only have one skin. It's a garage door. We already discussed this with the client base. Yeah, I could envision this could work out very nicely. However, you know, what's the success rate of, deployable skins getting acceptances at the moment? Quite successful, but we're starting to see even more collections appearing, and this is starting to become a bit of a problem. So, yes, if we start seeing more and more of these skins being accepted, I'm pretty sure we could have a very nice collection with a lot of demand. However, I should also point out, with the recent sales really slowing down at the moment, can't help but assume that the following skins probably won't be bought out as much, but that would be more financial talks in regards to new rust doors, so I'm not going to go too in depth in regards to that. So, with what we see here, alright, I get the feeling the following skins after this probably will sell significantly less, and that means that might be in trouble because the difference in sales overall could potentially affect it badly. Like, look at Blocky Collection at the moment. This garage door here, did 30,000 sales. When we see it, when it loads up, you know what? There you go. This did 30,000 sales. This did 15,000 sales. This looks like it's only going to do about 12,000 sales. I can't help but assume that garage door might have some problems, because if people wanted a full set, there's only so many of these to go around, but there's a lot more of these in excess. It's not like clothing and armour, but you do still see that if the differences are quite extravagant. And at the moment, yeah, that's like 15,000 sales more than these two. So, could you see something similar to that? Well, at the moment, it looks like it's only just about going to do 20,000 sales. So I don't think it could be as bad as Blocky, but you do have to take that into consideration. I'm speaking too much theoretical stuff at the moment. I hope you understand that. So, at the end of the day, alright, if we were to see a whole lot more Tomb of the Octopus skins being accepted, specifically deployable skins, yeah, I could assume that would work out very nicely. But just understand this, we are also expecting even more cool-looking garage doors to be accepted over the course of the following months. So, by default, that's also a problem. But you know what? It's abnormal. We don't have to rush into buying it. We could do our abnormal barders tomorrow. Yeah, just save it for them. So, that was a bit of a ramble that kind of went a little bit nowhere, but you got to understand there's so many different small things that we have to fuss over. It's Ruskins, come on now. You know I was going to yap. So, let's move on. Let's start discussing garage doors. First up with Dragvlad and Mr. Norma Van, we got a very cool looking design here. Now, this is called the Minder. The Minder. And, well, you know, in reference to the new minigun, you got a very scary looking heavy scientist monster right here. I'm not sure what they're producing in those labs to make creatures such as this, but I certainly wouldn't be near it. I certainly wouldn't want to be near it. No. It's very scary. Now, you might sit there and say, it doesn't glow though. Oh, don't worry. We do have a glow-in-the-dark version right here, and it stands out ever so nicely. So, are you a fan of this? Do you like what you see? Well, please consider showing your support. Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Dragvlad and Norma Van, and get a good look at that gift right there. Very nice and very cool. So, best of luck to you too. Let's see how that potentially turns out. Oh no, not the tea. All right. Yes, we got the tea shop. Bright yellow tea in a teapot. What flavour is that tea? Let's not question it. But yes, we got the tea shop garage door. I do believe, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, we had the tea shop sheepman double doors. Well, now we got a garage door. Get a good look at that. So, there's not much else I can say. It's probably very good for the likes of the role players if you want to have a little tea shop. If you like what you see, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Milho Freeturn Secretis Milias. Yeah, get a good look at that. Nice and comfy. Right, what do we have here? Belfagor, garage door produced by You can see how they slowly built up the design. Get a good look at that. Pretty cool, pretty sinister. So, as you can clearly see, glows in the dark quite nicely right there. Oh, yes. So, is this like an Oni of some sort? I'm guessing. I don't fully know. I'm pretty sure that's what the design is emulating. Japanese art with onis and whatnot. Looks cool. You've done a very good job with this, Mr. Yeah. So, if you approve, if you like, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, yeah. Let's move on. Next up, we've got a collection continuation. So, remember HYPNOgena? You probably don't, because it happened like 2 months ago, and it was a small box, actually. I remember earlier I was like, yeah, have we seen any small boxes recently? Well, you know what? I can't seem to find the skins, so I'm going to have to go this way. Small box. Oh, no, you're going to have to put storage box, right? Stupid names. Storage box, please! There we are, wood storage box. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know how to be specific. Right, so it's actually doing quite alright at the moment. That's the only skin that we've had so far. So this potentially could be building up to becoming a storage collection. Only 16 listings! What? Right, what Rustle was it? Alright, February 2022. There we go. February 22, not 2022. You're being an idiot again. There you are. Alright, so it didn't sell that much. And there's only so many listings on the Steam market. And I'll be honest with you, it potentially could go even higher if we were to see another skin being accepted. But I should also point this out. The support only goes up to a certain point. This sold for $1.49. Oh, actually, okay then. No. That actually looks perfectly fine for it. That's actually decent support. All right. All right, let's question it then. How likely do you reckon we could see this being accepted? Didn't I just sit there and say a minute ago, you should expect more cool-looking garage doors in the future? Well, you know... Subliminal messaging time. Are you going to want to vote for this? Ooh. Wait, let me just zoom in so I can make it look funny. Ooh. Do you want to vote yes or no for this? Ooh. Come to my streams and buy me a tier-free sub. Please. All right. So, yeah. Potential collection continuation. There's only one skin and it's not selling that much and it doesn't even have that many listings and the listings are very, very thin. Yeah, it could go higher, but that's really easy to happen. There's nothing there. Hey, if you have a lot of faith in this, if you honestly think, this is gonna take a spot in the Rust Store ahead of Shadowborn and Blocky and Tomb of the Octopus and all the other collection continuations I've already mentioned today, well, by all means, consider voting yes or no, and consider investing into it. Like, by all means, if you like it, show your support. Vote yes or no. Best of luck to you, Sir Q and Gunya. I should also point this out. We do have a glow-in-the-dark version as well. Only the middle. Look at it. Look at it. I can't zoom in from here. Oh, no, it doesn't. Whatever. So, yeah. Yes, I can see this working out quite nicely, but there's only so many of them available that it's probably just best you avoid it, because that might get very expensive pretty quickly. And it might not necessarily be worth the price. Rather, loads of other people, other investors might have already jumped in and bought out stock, so you probably don't want to go near that then. So maybe just leave it aside. So best of luck to you, Sir Q and Gunya. Please consider voting yes or no if you like it, and let's see what happens from here and now. Right, moving on to Armour doors. What do we have right here? We've got a little I don't want to play the music. Sorry, I can't risk it. Let's go 1080p, and then we'll show it. We've got a lovely little video intro here showcasing this scrap Armour door. Looking very nice and pretty. Get a good look at that. I would probably have better lighting. Alright, that helps it out a fair bit. So, got a nice little dynamic video here. Looking pretty sweet. Pretty interesting intro. Do you like what you see? Are you a fan? Oh, we got a little sneaky peeky over there. Oh, yes. So, you got a glow-in-the-dark version and you got a standard version. Let's go take a look at the likes of this. So, over to here, you got a fairly scrappy DIY style design. However, I should just kind of clarify this, Not everybody wants bright colours and super flashy designs. They want more realistic, down to earth, DIY style designs. And if you're grabbing all of this scrap, maybe you have so much scrap that you're literally just building deployables out of it, such as doors, to reinforce and make it a little bit more sturdy, I guess you could say. So I understand the whole idea that they're going with this and whatnot. That's pretty cool. And of course there is a glow-in-the-dark version with the light on top. Stands out quite nicely, but not too crazily, I guess you could say. So if you're a fan of this and if you like it, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. K, Vladimir and Holodno, and we'll see what potentially happens in the future. Maybe we could see another Armour door being accepted, but you know what you got to do. Right, let's move on. Okay, here we are, onto the likes of a sheet metal double door. It's the neon entrance. So Falco and Alloy. Recently I've been seeing quite a lot of these. If I quickly go to Falco's workshop, you can see we've had the likes of the Armour door, the sheet metal door, and now we're on to sheet metal double doors. Falco, if I were you, I'd probably take a break from this for a while, you know, leave it for maybe a week or two, put out some other skins, see if Face Punch likes it, because if you keep putting out skin after skin after skin after skin, you're technically competing with yourself, alright? Also, look at all the collection continuations that are trying to vie for a spot. Problems. So I'd leave it for now, see what happens. If nothing happens, maybe leave it for a while, come back and do a version 2 of your skins. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, I'm just saying there's a lot of competition and you keep constantly putting out more and more of these skins, so yeah, maybe do something a little bit different for a while. I have nothing wrong with this. Well, I mean, I could scream and shout as much as I want in regards to sheet metal double doors, but it doesn't matter. All sheet metal doors that came out this year in the positive, so I can't complain. If you like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too. Get a look at that design. I like realistic designs with the little netting, not netting, it's the rails to keep it up, you know, with the electric circuits and whatnot. That's cool. I like it. Cool. Right, what do we have here? It's an armoured door. It's a diamond armoured door. A black diamond armoured door produced by the likes of Mr. Anubis Dunk. You got some gifts here. You can see the shine on the lighting as it slowly sets its rays upon the door. Very cool. So, get a good look at this. Does it glow in the dark? It doesn't appear to. No glowing parts. It only reflects ever so nicely. Black diamonds. I see a head. Kill it. Right. Yep, that's pretty cool. So if you're a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Anubis Dunk. And what do we have right here? It's a collection continuation. Brace yourselves. I have quite a ramble. Here we go. Right, what do we have right here? It's a very cool looking pair of armor doors. Wait, hang on a minute. Didn't we just have did we just have this recently? Yes, but now it's combined. We have Soullight armored double door. One side is my good side, the other side is my devilish side. Yes, if you can recall the armored door, if I quickly hop over to here and show it off to you, one side was, of course, the nice heavenly side, and the other side was the, you know, the devil side, the naughty side, and that was cool. People liked it, and it sold quite nicely. It was in a batch of Rust skins right here, where a lot of the skins were selling for higher prices. This sold for $4, and it still did 17,000 sales, so that clearly worked out all right. But unfortunately, the price has not held. Armoured doors are a bit of a problem. You have to question how often am I even using the likes of an armoured door, you know, where's the justification to use the skin and whatnot. We did discuss this, and of course immediately the price did suffer. Give it some time, it'll probably recover, especially if we potentially see the likes of a collection continuation. So if I go hop over to here, let's get a good look at this. Stands out quite nicely. This is the what is the difference? Oh, I think, oh, okay, alright, I see what this is. So front and back you have the good side and the bad side, yes. But on the other version, one side has all the good and one side has all the bad. That's pretty cool. Alright then, so both of it, glow in the dark, pretty nice. Which one's your preferred type? Do you prefer this one with both, you know, matching pairs or, you know, separate ones? Feel free to go ahead and consider voting yes or no for your favourite. Upor, Hyper Monster, very cool design, but now I have to bring this up. Armoured double doors. You're going to sit there now and question me, how often do we even see armoured double door skins being accepted? On average, we probably see one skin a year, and I'm not joking, alright? So last year we just so happened to have the Bombshell double armoured door. That was a TGG skin. When he's going to get a TGG skin made, that's 100% guaranteed to be accepted, because he does all the DMCA checking and make sure all the skins are the quality standard. That's why we care about the likes of the TGG lists. So anyway, point I'm trying to get across is 2023 we only had one marketable one. We did have the Twitch drop, which was very nice, but just pointing this out, I'm talking about marketable skins. So 1, 2, none, 2, yeah, we don't even have one. Oh yeah, we didn't even have a marketable one in 2021. So yeah, overall we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 marketable double armored doors. And there's another thing you might notice: every single one of them is in the positive. Yep, because we have hardly any acceptances, they get bought out and then they just immediately go up in price. That was the most recent one last year, doubled in price at the moment. Yep, that's the standard. So, if you're expecting there's going to be a fairly decent chance of a double armor door to be accepted, well, but maybe that's the one. All right. So if you really like what you see, please consider showing your support for that. And yes, if we did see this being accepted, I could imagine the likes of that armoured door right there, the single armoured door to be precise, could have a nice boost in demand and boost in price. And then we'll see what happens next. Are we going to get the likes of Soullight large boxes? Are we going to get, well, maybe a locker? Why not? A rug skin? That'd be cool. We'll see. So let's see what happens next. But yeah, and that just so happened to be our final deployable skin of the week. I have been talking for over 40 minutes, but there was a lot of skins, there was a lot of continuations, so I'm sure you can understand that. So, by all means, if you happen to like a skin, feel free to comment below. You know, what was your most favourite deployable skin of the week? What one do you think has a genuine good chance of potentially being accepted? Like, really do point that out, because we have so many collection continuations out of all these skins here. It's going to be pretty ridiculous over the course of the next few weeks, isn't it? I have no idea what's going to be accepted. Like, I never really do anyways. But it's pretty easy sometimes when you don't have that much competition in terms of collection continuations. This week, tons! So I'm going to take a real quick break, and then after that we're going to go ahead and talk about the likes of weapons and tools. Oh my god. That went for a long time, didn't it? But I wasn't joking. Like, there's so many! Who knows? Like, I got zero clue. Honestly, if you're a skin creator and you're watching this video right now, I'd probably just avoid doing deployables for a while. Alright? Even the people who have currently active sets, I guess you might need to take a bit of a break. Also, we still don't know what's going on next month. We don't know if we're getting to complete the sets and the most wanted. So it doesn't hurt to put out more skins in your collection. That's not too bad of an idea. But if you are aiming more for the actual normal Rust stores, you probably might want to take a break from deployables for a while. I'm just saying. I mean, if you have good momentum at the moment, go nuts. You know, keep it up. But I'm not joking. Look at it. Oh, there's so many. Where's the water purifiers? Honestly, I haven't seen a single water purifier in forever. All right. It's ridiculous. Right then, gentlemen, shall we proceed with the likes of weapons and tools? And what do we have here? A whole bunch of rocks. Now, there is a bit of a question here. Mr. Legacy, you've gone ahead and produced 4 different variants of a rock. I'm not sure if that's pushing it. I was always under the assumption that, like, 3 skins would be pushing it. But 4? Oh. And then we also had to question this. Yes, I can see the rock mesh is the same. What's going on here? I got locked out. That was weird. That was weird. Yeah, so get a good look at that. Nice and shiny. This is the glow-in-the-dark version of this amethyst rock. Not too crazy in terms of its shine, but all the edges standing out quite nicely of the very noticeable purple. That's cool. That's nice. But then you've gone ahead and produced disco? I was about to say disco ball. No, a broken mirror. Which, technically speaking, wouldn't this be an extra skin? I wouldn't have called it broken mirror. I would have just called it, like, I don't know, like dull amethyst or dull version or whatever. I can see it's pretty much the exact same thing. But technically speaking, I think this is actually a different skin, and you might get in trouble for that. I'm just pointing that out now. And then, of course, you have a full version with the glow-in-the-dark. Yeah, I'm just pointing it out. So I wouldn't do so many, especially for the skin creators watching this. I wouldn't do so many variants. But if you're going to do variants, at least make sure that the name is the same. Otherwise, technically speaking, whoever's in charge of all of this would probably sit here and say, no, that's breaking a rule, and they probably won't even include you in their collection list. So just point that out. So yeah, if you happen to like any of those skins, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Legacy, and we'll move on to the next one. And it's another rock. Oh, oops. Press the space button. So yes, Mr. Dividend and CD, they've gone ahead and produced a Mine Diamonds. I'm so sorry, but I had to take my opportunity there. Mining away. I hate myself, I'm so sorry. We've got a diamond rock. And I'll be honest with you, I'm surprised we don't actually have a diamond rock in the game. You'd have think, oh, surely someone would have done that in the past. I think some people have tried, but hey, it wasn't successful. But now maybe this could work. Maybe this could be the one. So if you like what you see, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too. I don't want to sing the rest of the song. I'm going to move on. Stone tools. Then we've got the likes of the, the salvaged pickaxe. And we've got some crossbows, and then we have a continuation there to discuss. Right, first of all, what's this? It's a toucan, or a toucan. I'm not sure how you're supposed to pronounce it. I don't think it matters. He looks very angry with his sharp beak. But no, toucans don't actually, like, bite, I'm sure. Well, mate, I mean, they have to eat something. I don't know what they bite. They bite everyone, if they so wish. Anyway, yeah, this is produced by Zinc and Mama. Get a good look at that. Pretty cool looking bird designs. Do you like what you see? Are you a fan of this? Well, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you two. And which one's your favourite bird? You know, do you like big beak or small beak? Right, this is the serious question now. I need to hear your answers. Comment below. Right, moving on. What do we have here? We have the filament ice pick. Salvaged ice pick produced by Voodoo. Get a good look at this. Yes, yes, yes. What's this in reference to? There's like a what's it called? Is it 3D printing, or was there like an old kid set thing that I'm remembering? We could make things like this. I can't remember. It's definitely not sewn together. Let's put it that way. It's not knitted. But yeah, that's the green version. This is the blue version. And I'll be honest with you, when was the last salvaged ice pick to be accepted? Early 2018. It's been 6 years. So if you're going to look at this and say, ooh, I'm not sure. But then again, I haven't really had a new skin in a while. Maybe that's the one, all right? Does look a little bit strange to me, but maybe it's perfectly fine for you. Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Voodoo. Let's move on. Right, what do we have here? Carved marble crossbow, which also happens to have a alternate version called smooth or something. Smooth marble. All right, okay, yeah. So this one looks a bit aged and worn, and then this one over here is its smoother version. So let's just quickly do a quick comparison. Oh, that's like edged, as if it was like cut, and this is just smooth. So I see what... Okay, right, that's fine. It's quite literally just a variation, nothing like totally different. So which one do you prefer? The choice is up to you. But at the very least, please consider voting yes or no for either version if you happen to like them. And best of luck to you, Mr. Soullight. What do we have here? It's the SAPs, the semi-automatic pistols. Get a good look at this. Aim down the sight. What do we see? Useful red aim sight. We love that. Thank you very much, Mr. Sadist. Right. Not too crazy in terms of its design. Maybe it could work out quite nicely. We haven't had a SAP skin in quite a while. So what do you reckon? Do you like it? Are you a fan? Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Sadist. And yeah, let's see what happens next. But we have to point out it does have competition. I did say we had another continuation. Thundergold is here with a semi-automatic pistol. Get a good look at this. Very nice pearlescent whites with the ever so cool looking gold trim. We have Thundergold. Get a good look at this. Aim down the sight. What do we see? A lovely little golden aim sight. Perfection. Right, Thundergold, how are we doing? Are you in the current rust store? I do believe we have a Thundergold custom SMG, there it is. Right, Thundergold at this current moment is doing pretty sweet, doing pretty okay. Now we have to question this. How are SAPs doing at the moment? Because with Thundergold, we are seeing an AK in the positive. We are seeing a SAR skin in the positive. We are seeing a double barrel shotgun that's evens at the moment. We have pointed out that Thundergold's doing a pretty good job in certain situations where most weapons would suffer, such as the AK and the SAR. Theirs aren't. That's doing okay. That's doing nicely. So, SAPs, semi-automatic pistol. There we go. Most recent ones we've had are Chameleon, which is doing alright, and Crazy Love, which is only down by a little bit. That's the Valentine skin. So, we've been, 2 months without a SAP? That's quite unfortunate. And I will point this out real quickly. At this point last year, we had 3 SAPs. Well, with the next Rust store, I mean, I'm just kind of pointing it out. Maybe it's like lining up perfectly. But yeah. Things are doing quite alright with that one. Only did about 12,700 sales there. This only did just under 10,000. And yeah, always double check and just quickly see, if this is slightly below its Rust price, how many listings are actually below its Rust price. And just to confirm, if this sold for $1.99, I can sit here and say, when the Steam servers load, la-da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't like the Steam servers. Yes, if you're suffering with this, I'm suffering with this. Just point it out. Yes, it's affecting everybody. It's just like 5 listings below $1.99, it seems. So, yeah, I can't help but assume the likes of this is going to probably do perfectly fine, So, recently, the likes of Thundergold weapons, they've sold not that much, not crazily is the point I'm trying to get across, which is quite unfortunate, but it's worked out perfectly fine for them as investments, I should say. Now, What do you think? Do you like the design? Are you a fan? By all means, please consider voting yes or no. It's a very nice and Oh, what's this pose? Oh, don't mind me. I'm just going to lean down and pick up this food. Right, anyway. So saucy. I can't help but assume that that would probably have a nice effect on the set as a whole. The main point I've been talking about in regards to Thundergold this past month or so is the more the merrier. With more skins being added to it, these skins seem just more and more perfectly stable, perfectly fine. I'm talking about the likes of the kilt. I'm talking about the likes of the face mask. Yet the chest plate was suffering for a fair bit, but it's slowly recovering. It's slowly getting better. It does have over 100 quantity on the Steam market, but that's not like a ridiculous amount. On average, every single rust skin on the Steam market has around 100 quantity. And that's reasonably okay from what you can see there. All right, get a good look at that. And, yeah, maybe that could recover soon. We do care more about that potentially being accepted, but it's been a while since that's submitted. Maybe complete the sets next month. We'll see, we'll see. But what we see here, I'm optimistic. I do imagine it could have a nice positive on the collection. And by default, by itself, if it only does about 10,000 sales, yes, I would be jumping on that as an investment. Face Punch really does seem to like Thundergold at the moment, so if you're optimistic, maybe you might want to jump in. I'd say lean more into the likes of potentially buying maybe the AK and the SAR if you're going to go for the weapons, but I'd look at the kilt. I'd look at the kilt and the face mask, because if we do potentially see that Hedge pants, oh yes, yes. Right, let's move on then. What do we have here? We've got 2 Python skins, and we have an MP5, and a continuation MP5. What do we have right here? Red Code Python. Get a good look at that. Produced by Kelmo Legend. Nice and snazzy, ever so shiny. Get a good look at that. Nice and pretty. Yes, yes, yes. So, where's the aim down the sight image? Aim down the sight image. Aim down the sight image. There it is. Thank you, Mr. Kelmo. What do we have? Is it a brighter... it's still the same type of red. But yeah, red aim sight for most environments is perfectly fine. So that's fine with me. If you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Kelmo Legend. Let's move on. What do we have right here? It's the Strafe Python. Get a good look at that. It's kind of like... yeah, nice and tinted. Is it hot to the touch? I don't know. Maybe when you shoot it. Oh, yes. Now, if we aim down the sight, what do we see? What's the aim sight looking like? It's a brighter grey, which should be okay. Get a good look at that. Nice and cool. Pretty nice images right there. Best of luck to you, Mr. Craboo. So if you like what you see, if you're a fan of this, by all means, please consider voting yes or no, and let's see what potentially happens next. What do we have right here? We're moving on to MP5s. We've got gifts, gentlemen. Gifts! Unique self-made material. And gifts! Right, so this is produced by Dumption Risato. Get a good look at this. Looking pretty cool. Nice and shiny blue. Aim down the sight. What do we have here? A bright blue aim sight. Well, that'll work out perfectly fine for pretty much every single environment. Unless you like to live underwater. I wouldn't recommend it. So yeah, if you like what you see, if you're a fan of this ever so nice iridescent blue, oh yes, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you two. What do we have right here? Collateral Damage MP5 version 2, produced by Chris and Medell. We've got a lovely little gift to showcase here. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Right, so, it looks a bit worn. It looks to be patterned with some skulls, you know. It shows I'm sinister and crazy. But you know what I don't see? I don't see an aim down the sight image. So that's going to make me crazy. Come on now. Aim down the sight. You need to do it. If you're going to do a weapon skin creators, you don't want to do that. You want to aim down, please. Please do it. Maybe they do it in the GIF. No, they don't. They just inspect it. Right, at the very least, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you two. Right, what do we have here? Sulphur King MP5 version 2. It's got a bit of transparency, apparently. We'll go look and see what that is. Oh, it's the aim sight. I can see that immediately. So, produced by Yopka and Lancy. Let's get a good look at this. Aim down the sight, and yes. So, we've got the default. And then we have the Sulphur King. So other people are probably noticing the luck Dark Schneider and Z-Skip have had recently with their different aim sights, we should say. They've been using transparency to kind of make it so you can see a little bit more. I mean, look what you can see from here, and look what you can see from here, and you can clearly see you have a bit more of an advantage based on the map that you can see. That's useful. That's helpful. So, are you a fan of that? Do you like what you see? What about the actual design of the actual skin itself, you know? Get a good look at it. Are you a fan? Well, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you two, and we'll see how that potentially turns out from now. And then what do we have here? This is the Jungle MP5 continuation of an... Was that a SAR? I forgot. I'm so sorry. And it suddenly just got to the point where I was like... Oh, I forgot what it was. But first of all, aim down the sight. What do you see? A very interesting looking light green aim sight. Should be good for most environments. Now, when was it? Was it March 28th? I think it was, with the 2 Easter skins. Yeah, there it is. Jungle SAR, produced by Mr. Yang Cake. Yep. So, recently we did see the likes of a different continuation. So, what was it? What was it last? Was it an AK? Now it was a Python, then it was the AK, then it was the SAR. Now I remember everything. So they're trying to build up a nice, goofy, colourful set. Do you like goofy and colourful? Are you fans of this? Do you like what you see? Is the aim sight perfectly fine for you? Well, you know what you can do. Please consider voting yes or no. But we also have to question, is that magically going to rise up in price if we were to see this MP5 being accepted? By default, weapon-only collections, no. No, I don't really ever see that much. It kind of works sometimes, but most of the time, no. No. So, by default, I'll look at this and I'll sit here and say, very weirdly, there's no listings. What? What? There's no listings? Really? Really? What? If I type in Jungle SAR right now, am I not going to be able to find it? Jungle SAR. Is it going to be 0? Surely not. Is the Steam market so broken that I can't even see listings now? Well, I can't even search for it, apparently. Come on! What? The state of this. Right, okay, first of all, apparently there is 18 on the Steam market, but I can't seem to find it, and it wasn't working. So I'm just going to leave that for now, right? Point I'm trying to get across is, no, I don't think that SAR is going to dramatically rise up in price if we were to see the MP5 being accepted. But as I said, if you happen to like it and you want to see it being accepted, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you two. Let's move on. Alright, what do we have over here? We have a Thompson, we got a double barrel shotgun, we got a SAR, we got a SAR, we got a SAR, we got a SAR, and we have a continuation. Let's roll in. What do we see right here? It's the Rat Thompson. Kind of looks like cheese. It is cheese. Why is it called the Rat Thompson? I don't know. Mr. Fresh, you might need to elaborate, or maybe you just don't want to call it a cheesy Thompson. Well, by all means, we've got a lovely little aim down the sight here. Thank you very much, sir. Red tip. Yep, perfection. So, if you like cheese, if you're a rat, you know, maybe it's for rats. Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, sir. What do we have over here? It's the Burnout double barrel shotgun produced by Mr. Caglian and Yenla. Get a good look at its very nice, calm-looking design. So hot to touch. Oh, look at all this damage they've caused. The power bestowed in my hands. Right, so get a good look at that. Cool looking design. Don't leave it in the fire for too long. And we also have a second version, a glow-in-the-dark version. Listen, I understand not everybody's a massive fan in regards to glow-in-the-dark weapons, but at least they had 2 different versions, right? So if you're not that much of a fan of the glow-in-the-dark version, go vote for the non-glowing version. The option is available to you, okay? So, best of luck to you two. Let's see how this potentially turns out. Let's move on. Right, what do we have here? This SAR Insurgent produced by Sveran. First of all, aim down the sight. Standard looking black aim sight. Nothing wrong with that. Over to here, what do we see? Cool looking design up close. Very nice, very cool. So you can see it's got like a very nice DIY style wrapped up in, you know, all this wrapping and whatnot. Pretty nice. In-game look. Don't put it there. It's going to fall over. It might have... It's got bullets in it. It might accidentally shoot. Watch out! So yeah, cool looking design. If you are someone who happens to appreciate the DIY style skins, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Zverant. Right, what do we have here? Dragonborn SAR. So I will point this out. Didn't we have like a Dragon SAR for Lunar New Year? I'm just pointing that out. I think we already have the theme covered even recently. So I'm just pointing that out. Anyway, we got the stockless version here as well. Get a good look at that. Very nice, very cool. I like the scales. Very nice touch. Aim down the sight will be the same for both of them. Useful red aim sight. So, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no, and best of luck to you, Mr. Fuff. Alright, forward to the past, SAR, with a GIF. We like GIFs. Good job, Delroy. Alright, cool. Scaled type of design there. Let's get a good look at the aim down the sight. What do we see? Reddish brown aim sight. Should be okay. Yep. Looking pretty sweet right here. Are you a fan of this? Do you like what you see? Well, please consider voting yes or no, and best of luck to you, Mr. Delroy. Right, okay. Continuation time, here we go. I did mention them literally about 2 minutes ago, but here we are. Apocalypse Nomad SAR. So, we of course have the likes of the Apocalypse Nomad M39 currently in the Rust store, and it's selling very nicely. And if you look at all the skins now, yeah, the MP5 did recover a fair bit. The MP5 at one point was actually in the positive, so people must be taking a proper look now at this collection and realising, well, hang on a minute, every single aim sight that's produced in this collection just so happens to have a very useful, transparent aim sight. And of course, with the recent skin that we see right here of the Apocalypse Nomad M39, the exact same thing. This is the first ever M39 with transparency. Alright, cool. So, new potential skin on the horizon. It's a SAR, so you know, M39 just so happens to be a better SAR, many might say. Oh, yes. But many people can acquire a SAR a whole lot, easier, I guess we could say. Where's the image? Right, so, get a good look at that. More standard design, cleared up transparent design. Are you a fan? Do you like? Do you approve? So, we've seen 3 of these skins accepted so far, and that right there, well, I'm just saying, probably has a very good chance of being accepted as well, based on what we've seen in recent weeks. But I have to also point this out. We've also seen, if I could find a SAR, recent SAR, we had the HYPNOgena SAR, didn't we? Plus, we also had Crowley SAR. I have to search for semi-automatic. Hedge, you such a fool. Right, here we are. Rifle. Thank you. Show me the HYPNOgena. Thank you. This was given away for free, and it was only 3 months ago. Now, maybe not everybody was watching that around then, but it was literally post-Christmas time, and that's when loads of people were playing the game, so they very likely did see it. But yeah, if we look at the workshop here, you can see it for yourself. It has pretty much the exact same thing. So are people currently looking around for a transparent aim sight SAR? Probably not, but you know what? Maybe they like the Apocalypse Nomad set. Yeah. So, I'm going to sit here and say, by default, I'm pretty sure this would be the one to be accepted. If we were to see another skin, I kind of get the feeling we actually might see some positivity. I can't help but assume the M39, it's not selling ridiculously. I think it's going to do about 11,000 sales. I think that actually might work out perfectly fine as a nice investment. I think people will be buying it. And plus the AK's doing very nicely as well. We don't see many AKs doing very good. But I can't help but assume it's because of the sheer lack of sales. I think a lot of people wait until the last second to go ahead and buy it. It has been going down in price though. I have noticed that. More people listing, I assume. But yeah, started off very nicely here. Started to go down a fair bit. Still selling better than its Rust store price. We'll see how it potentially works out from here. But a continuation again. I mean, it could help it. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, the MP5 did go above its Rust store price at one point, but now it's gone back down, but it's only down by a fair bit, not like a ridiculous amount. The more the merrier, I guess. I'm not 100% sure, but at the very least, if you like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. If you like the whole theme, the aesthetic, the, battle-worn designs and whatnot, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Skipper and Dark Schneider, and we'll see how it potentially works out from here on now. Alright? But in terms of investment, I'm conflicted. Every week we've had the Apocalypse Nomad skins, I've had to sit there and say, I honestly just don't know. Because I can see the sheer noticeable pay-to-win aspect. I can see people have had a growing interest in it, but I just don't know if it's enough yet. Because this could easily go south, done, bad. And M39s in total, they haven't been doing super great. We're not here to talk about M39 specifically. I'm just saying, we're talking about the pre-existing skins and whether they're going to be nice investments. We will be discussing all of these skins in the Rust store again tomorrow with the abnormal barders. So if you're curious, consider watching my stream tomorrow. But yeah, conflicted, not 100% sure. So I can't give you a definitive answer. If you're interested, if you're invested, if you think that's got a very decent chance of being accepted, by all means, consider investing into the likes of the pre-existing skins. I'm going to move on. LR300s. We have a continuation to talk about. We also have AKs with continuations to talk about. Very notable continuation as well. So, here we go. Lost Technology LR300, produced by Mr. Verona. It's got, is it honey? Is it gold? I don't know. But it seems to be, I don't know, applying technology to it. Yes, might be nanotech. Glorious nanotech. Yes. So, aimed on the sight. Where is it, Mr. Verona? Perfection. What do we have right here? A golden aim sight. Should be alright. Oh, no, it's got like a black tip there. Alright, that should still work. So, are you a fan? Do you like what you see? please consider voting yes or no. We haven't had an LR300 accepted so far this year. Could this be the one? But it does have competition. So let's bring up that competition. What's next? Medic LR300 produced by Duck. Very nice and colourful. Very, very noticeable. Yes, I will heal you with my bullets. Stand still. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what's implied. But yes, are you a fan of this? Do you like the design? Well, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Duck. And let's see what happens next. What's that you see right here in front of you? It is the Black Diamond LR300. So if you recall, not too long ago, we had the likes of the Black Diamond AK-47. And, well, sold quite nicely. Even when it had a price of $4.49. But there was a bit of a strange thing with it. It's not really strange, more maybe not so helpful. What's that? The aim sight wasn't like red. It was just pure black. Okay. For most, scenarios and whatnot, that's not an issue. But what I have noticed with this brand new skin right here, it has a red aim sight. Looks like he's starting to apply that to all the skins from now on. And, well, we'll see if this does potentially turn into a collection. Face Punch wants to accept it. But as I said, we haven't had LR300 accepted in 2024 yet. Can't help but assume maybe that might be accepted. Or maybe some of the other ones we just showed a little, just a second ago. But let's go take a look at the AK at the moment, because it is down in price. But it's not so bad. Now, it was worse. I did see listings like down to less than $4 at one point, but maybe the LR300's appearance might have boosted people's opinions, boosted people's, what's the word to say? I feel reassured, I guess, reassured with it. We'll go with that. So yeah, it went up, and it went down, stopped, went up a little bit. So maybe people are hopeful that we're going to see this potentially building up into a collection. We have seen notable collections of the past that were weapon only that did go up in price with new weapon skins being accepted. Initially, Black Gold was like that. That was made by Bad Trip as well. But then it kind of just went down south really bad. It was a little bit too pricey, a little bit too expensive, and people weren't exactly super enthusiastic for it anymore. But this, the nice, cool, straightforward black design, very nice. Very comfy, very, very cool looking. So I can't help but assume people will be appreciating this if it were to be accepted. We shall see, alright? So, if you're a fan of that, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. But in terms of the AK, I'm still not 100% sure. It's a $4 price. I don't think that's going to be really fun to jump in and start investing with. And as I said, this was down to like a $3.50 just a couple of days back. So personally, I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to leave it as is. I'm not 100% sure. And it's not like we haven't had another Black Diamond skin. So if I go back to here one more time... Oh, it's gone. Sorry. Where is it? Here. I could just quickly show you that the recent skins we've seen, we did see an MP5. It wasn't accepted. Maybe it's accepted in the next Rust Doll. We shall see. But maybe that was just a random one-off. So we'll have to wait and see. Let's move on. What do we have next? We've got AK-47s. So, cool looking design. I got a little Mr. Pookie Bear on my aim sight. Very nice, very cool. So, lots of stickers, silly design. Are you a fan of that? Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Slivkey. What do we have over here? Machine Gaze AK-47. Got a fairly cool looking design right there. Nice and metallic. All patched up. Aim down a sight. What do we see? Red aim sight? Perfection. So, if you're a fan of this, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Wildcat. Oh, and then we've got a stockless version, so, consider voting for that too if you like it. Right, what do we have over here? It's the AK-47 Brutalist. Yes. Mr. Diaz has produced a very nice, cool-looking design again. So, this isn't in relation to the doors. Doors are produced by Duck. This weapon set is produced by Diaz. So, yeah, the Brutalist design, how you can see, like, the bolts that keep everything together, being worn out from the concrete and whatnot. Brutalist isn't supposed to look very nice and pretty. It's quite brutal to the eyes. So yeah, all concretey. You can see the aim sight. It's like just normal silvery metal. So it should be alright, I guess. Are you a fan? Do you like what you see? Well, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Diaz. Let's move on. What do we have here? Hiver AK-47. We've got a video. Let's go take a look at the video. This is produced by Sendox. Get a good look at that. Not too crazy in terms of its design. But not everything has to be a crazy design. A lot of people just prefer something fairly straightforward. So, get a good look at that. It's got a lovely white design to it, I guess you could say. Perhaps it might be very, very helpful in the Arctic snowy environments. So, if you're a fan, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Sendox. We got another cool looking flowery design produced by Sun Arts. As you can see, they normally put out their little gifts here showcasing how they slowly built up the designs. So, are you a fan of sunflowers? Get a good look at this. What's the aim sight looking like? It is a very noticeable red aim sight. Lovely sunny day. Yes, yes, yes. Maybe it might make you very happy. Get a good look at that. Very lovely colourful piece right there. So, are you a fan? Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Sunart. And what do we have over here? Is the first collection continuation we're going to discuss in regards to AK-47s. Right, so this glows. Alright, just want to point this out. This glows. It appears it's just like the symbol here that glows. It's not like the aim sight or anything. Just that, alright? Just that. I do know a lot of people don't happen to like glow-in-the-dark weapons. I have discussed that already today with the double-barrel shotgun. But I really do think, Robstar, you should have done a version without the glow-in-the-dark. You're more than welcome to do that. Just pointing that out. But yeah, what is this continuing from? Do you remember the garage door? Nope. Well, let's go remind you. Garage door, industrial, Bloodgate. Now, it's going to be number 2, because if you can remember, the first one was a little bit too pay to win, had too much transparency. Now, we have recently seen a continuation of this. Wasn't it a double door? I'm pretty sure it was. But the state of this at the moment is not looking very pretty, all right? Now, if it were to be continuations of Deployables, I'd see this garage door probably, improving, doing nicely. But this is a weapon skin we're talking about. So just to quickly showcase to you, there's only 48 listings. It's very thin. If we were to see more skins being accepted, by default you would assume, all right, yeah, this could go up in price. But it's a weapon, and I'm not sure if people can immediately make the connection that this is part of a collection with the likes of the garage door. Yeah, and then, loads of people bought that garage door thinking it's the original version with all the transparency, and they had a very rude awakening. Yeah, so that price kind of went down pretty sharp afterwards. So, I don't know. It's got loads of cool-looking blood all over it and whatnot. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be a reference to Doom. I'm pretty sure the original industrial Bloodgate garage door design was supposed to be, a resemblance to the what you'd see in the likes of like the Doom levels and whatnot. I think it was more specifically Doom 3. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, interesting. Are you a fan? Do you like what you see? By all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Robstar. But in terms of a potential investment there, I don't know. I'd like to see more Industrial Bloodgate, though. It looks cool. So we'll see where it goes from here and now. But yeah, we'll wait and see. So best of luck to you, Robstar, at the very least. But you do have competition. Very notable competition. What's that right there? Whiteout AK-47. We have a Whiteout AR. A Whiteout AR with a very useful red aim sight. Okay, let's go discuss the Whiteout collection. Let's go do that now. Let's go have fun talking about one of the most expensive sets in the game. Whiteout. Let's go get a look at you. So, recently, back around post-Christmas time, Whiteout reached all-time high prices. I'm talking, well, the fact that, it's only clothing and armour. But recently, around February, March time, they did dip down in price. All of these skins you see here have risen back up again. Some of them have actually surpassed and reached new all-time high prices all over again. I think the face mask is a good example. If we just go over to here, so there's 99 listings, and if I go over to here, yeah, it did. It seems to have gone down a little bit since then. But it did reach another new all-time high price. So February, March time goes down, and then recently up. Let me tell you, this is going to be a little bit different, all right? When we saw the boots being accepted, all of these skins rose up, and they basically elevated to a new level of price, we should say. They reached a new price that they never really dipped down from afterwards, and that all kicked off last year when those were randomly accepted in complete the sets in May 2023. I can't help but assume the AK actually would have a nice positive impact on it. Now, I don't think we're going to see as big as an impact as the boots, but I can't help but assume you're still going to see an impact. I can't help but assume you will see a lot of people probably jump in and buy out some Whiteout skins. It's only clothing and armour, so you should understand this by now. But it's already high of a price. So by default, I'm going to sit here and say, I don't think you can afford that. I don't think you can make an investment towards that. But I'll also point out, We did see the likes of a Thompson skin being submitted recently. Didn't work out well. But maybe Face Punch would feel a lot more, you know, motivated with an AK. All right? We shall see. But if you're going to sit there and say, oh, surely they're going to accept that, you know, money on the table, that's amazing. They have had the opportunity to accept a Whiteout jacket. And they said no. And let me tell you, a Whiteout jacket would probably generate $1 million for them. I'm not joking, but a pure white AK, who could say no to that? Especially for the Arctic snowy environments where people are running around with, you know, Whiteout. Maybe not the armor, but you get the idea. So I can't help but assume we're going to see something very interesting if that AK were to be accepted. MDE hasn't been getting a lot of acceptances recently, though. That's one thing I should also point out. You know, he's had Blackout, Whiteout, he had some Jade skins, but not that many since then. So what do you reckon? You feeling optimistic? You think it's going to work out all right? Well, I'd like to see it. Personally, I'd love to see the reaction. Because you've got to remember, Whiteout originally sold far too much. I'm talking like over 75,000 skins for the hoodie and pants, over 70,000 for likes of the tier 3. It was ridiculous. But as time went on, people wanted it, desired it, and the amount of people that wanted it was just far too strong, and the prices reached up to very nice higher prices. This is why we made such a fuss not too long ago, discussing it would be nice to see some more alternative white budget sets and whatnot. So I said budget. Cool. So we'll see. But that is the final weapon skin of the week. So, out of all those skins that you saw here, which one stood out to you? Which one do you reckon looks really cool? Which one's your favourite? Which of these skins do you reckon has a very, very good chance of potentially being accepted, alright? So, you feel free to comment right now. I'm going to take a quick break, and afterwards we'll discuss clothing and armour. Oh, God, there's a lot to talk about there as well. Yeah, this is going to be an hour and a half long. I don't think I'm going to be talking as much for the clothing and armour. We do have one interesting, very notable... Well, we do have a couple, but there's one very notable collection continuation at the clothing and armour, which you're about to see. Nice bright and red. It's not the one you see, trust me. You'll see it in a second. But yeah, I mean, you probably got teased it earlier. Whew. All right, then. So, let's go over and start getting this ready. Oh, I knew it was going to be a long video. But, yeah, it's getting a bit ridiculous as I have to start following more and more people, you know. With over 100 skins every week, it's going to be long, you know. If I'm dedicating a reasonable amount of time for everybody and also putting more time talking about the likes of continuations, it's going to end up like this more frequently. Oh, well. I just assume people listen to me as if it's like a podcast. Right, anyway, shall we get started? So, gentlemen, shall we proceed with the likes of clothing and armour? First up, what do we have? We've got some interesting looking primitive skins. Yes, we do, with lots of notable continuations already. First up, we got the turban burlap head wrap. Do you know what? I'm actually kind of surprised we didn't have anything like this being accepted. I mean, we do have sand prints, if I can recall. I guess that's technically... Well, no, I can't answer. I wouldn't know, because, you know, I'm pretty sure, like, from different regions around the world, the headgear's all different, so I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm ignorant, I'll say. So, yeah, I mean, I can't say no. I think a lot of people would appreciate that, especially for the likes of role players and whatnot. Does look pretty cool. I will give it that. That's a pretty cool looking design. So, if you're a fan of that, if you'd like to see that being accepted, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Oasis and Schumer, and let's move on to the next skin. What do we have right here? Well, would you like to look extra rich? I've got the perfect skin for you. We've got a poncho right here, which is in fact just a giant golden chain. Look at that. That's cool. That's really cool. Do you know what? I think Face Punch should do something like that themselves. I don't know if they're going to be willing for that. That has a lot of transparency. Plus, it doesn't even look like a poncho. But in terms of creativity, I've got to give them a thumbs up. That's a cool idea right there. That's goofy. Say chains? And demon? I can't say no, but again, the amount of transparency, the fact that it doesn't even look like a poncho, yeah. We'll see. By all means, if you like the design, if you're a fan of that, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you two. Let's move on. And what do we have right here? Mr.Craboo, or Craboo, I don't know how to pronounce it. I never understood. Yeah, we've got continuations. Do you like Craboo? Dress up like him and, you know. get covered in butter and get eaten. Sorry. But, yeah, cool looking design. Nice and bright and red. Let's go take a look at Mr.Craboo. Was he last week? I think he was, and he's currently down by 30%. Oh, no. Right, so we did kind of point this out. This boonie hat was the first boonie hat to sell for a price that wasn't 99 cents. Sold for $1.49. It sold very well. But I looked at that and I said, I just can't help but assume it's going to probably go down to $1, like all the other ones. Now, I will sit here and say, there's hardly any listings here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, you got like maybe 7 listings below its rust price. That could easily change. And with primitive skins, yes, with primitive skins, we do tend to see a lot of spikes in demand and spikes in price with the likes of continuations. Now, you might sit there and say, I don't think red's going to be very good for camouflage and whatnot. Nah, who cares? Become crap. Yes. We need pincers. Can you make some roadside gloves, pincers? I mean, he's going to have to. But yeah, do you like the design? Are you a fan? Do you like the bandana and the poncho? Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. VHS, tonight. And I will confirm, yes, I do expect with primitive skins, you should expect to spike them on, spike in price. We'll see. Craboo hat did sell a lot. Alright? Let's not forget that. It did sell a lot. There's a lot of it in circulation. So maybe it doesn't even go up in price that much. Or maybe it does. We shall see. So we'll find out. We'll find out. Now we also have hide clothing here. Yes, Skullforce hide clothing. I have to just remind all of you, over the past month or so, we've been seeing a lot of primitive skins being submitted for Skullforce, but unfortunately, we haven't been seeing that much success. Now, of course, if you can recall, we had the likes of the poncho and the bandana being accepted, but after that, we saw the likes of Skullforce burlap clothing. We saw some leather gloves and burlap shoes. Now we've got hide clothing, and as you can see, it wasn't accepted. Quite sad, unfortunately. But I stand by the point of, yes, if you were to see more primitive skins being accepted for a collection that does have, you know, primitive skins, it's got a weird mixed match. Like, you know, you got the SAR there, you got the AK there, then you got randomly this in between. Yes, I would assume hide clothing would have a nice positive impact on likes of this. Plus, you know, a lot of people probably think, oh yeah, that's nice cheap desert camouflage as well. That could work out very nicely in its favour. So, yes, I would expect both of these to spike in demand, spike in price by quite a significant amount, especially when you look at the poncho and realise there's only 20 quantity on the Steam market. Yep. So what does the, the listings look like? We're going to find out in a second. Here you go. Only 20. That could easily get cleaned out, and it's happened many times in the past, where primitive skins have hardly any listings. Oh, look. What was the best example? A good few months back, we did have the likes of, what was it? What's the brown one? I've already forgotten the name of it. Come on, Hedge. How could you forget? I'm referring to... what was 19J's collection? Oh, no, I've forgotten. 19J. What did you make? Oh, you're here. He's right here. What am I remembering? There you go, Desert Beast, that's it, Desert Beast. When we saw Desert Beast burlap clothing appear after the bandana and the poncho, there's like 0 ponchos on the Steam market, and most of the bandanas got bought out. People do jump in, people do grab as much as they can. So I'm looking at this, and I can't help but assume the exact same thing will happen with the likes of the pre-existing Skullforce primitive skins. So yes, I can see a lot of positivity with that. And by all means, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Sean, Mick, and Ari Spectre, and we'll see if this is lucky. Guys, don't rule out the idea of doing a version 2. Give it a shot, you know. Try the burlap again if it doesn't work out with the likes of this. Don't give up. Especially around the summertime, you'll probably get a lot more sales. Just saying. So, let's see what's next. Oh, we got a jacket. All right. We got a jacket, and then we'll go to the hoodie and pants afterwards. And then after that, we've got an interesting thing to talk about. So, Damascus Jacket version 2. Yes, by default, instantly I will bring up, yes, I would expect that we will see a nice spike in demand, spike in price for some of the skins in the Damascus collection. I've been moaning a lot about metallic sets somewhat recently, but I will give this credit. It's done a good job retaining most of its value. It has gone down in price, though. As time has gone on, this has gone down in price. Kilt did push up, though. Credit to that, it did push up, but from what we see here, that has done a very good job maintaining most of its value. This unfortunately sold a little bit too much compared to the rest of the set, but even the boots and the gloves have started to recover. These were so much worse not too long ago. Now they're doing okay. And if we were to see a jacket skin, yes, jacket skins do work out nicely for skins such as these, the core pieces. They do still have a bit of a spike in demand, spike in price. Now, I can't confirm it's going to be as good as, you know, another core piece being accepted, or boots and gloves, but I would expect at least some interest and, of course, some buyouts. So, yes, I could assume something like that could happen. However, in contrast, I have to bring this up. We did not see the original version of this being accepted, did we? maybe Facepunch aren't super eager to have a jacket skin right now. So just want to confirm that real quickly. Yes, this is version 2. The original version was submitted like a month ago. Didn't work out very well, did it? Sorry, I just hit my mouse there. My mic. Mike, your name is Mike. So, yeah, if you're feeling optimistic, by all means, you could probably jump in and buy some Damascus if you so wish. But personally, I think I'm going to take a step back. I don't think we're going to see a jacket skin. We had quite a lot already so far this year, haven't we? So maybe Facepunch just wants to take a break from that. If you like it, please consider voting yes or no for both versions. And best of luck to you, Mr. Multi-Arhatboros and Damned. Right, what do we have here? Puppet hoodie and pants. Get a good look at this. So, do you want to be a fake boy? Yes. You don't want to be a real boy anymore. I want to be a fake boy. I want to be made out of wood. I want to pretend I'm a tree. I mean, you probably could pull it off. Someone walks up to you and tries to chop some wood from you. Collect wood. Nah, but yeah, that's actually a pretty cool creative idea. So who made this? Shadowborn. Shadowborn, I'll give it to you, mate. That does look pretty cool. Oh, he's actually done a very good job of that. Like, respectfully speaking, you do kind of look very wooden. But yeah, in terms of the whole puppet, theme, looks pretty good. I wonder what his tier 3 would look like. That'd be interesting. Is it going to look like Pinocchio? We'll see. But yeah, if you're a fan of that, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. And yeah, got wood. Moving on. Cucumber! Right, who wants to be a big green cucumber? Get a good look at that. All nice and, well, warty, I guess you could say. Bumpy. And, of course, we've got the pants. Yes. So this is produced by Kira and Stranger Sailor. Get a good look at that. Don't get many green camouflage skins, do we? But I will sit here and say, judging by the colours, I don't think that green's going to match perfectly. We have had slightly too bright clothing and armour before for some green skins. Remember the UFO set? Lots of people initially thought, oh yeah, cool, that's going to be perfect camouflage. Turns out it wasn't the right shade of green. And if you go look at it now, it's not in a positive. It's like pretty cheap right now. Yeah, so who knows, We'll see. If you're a fan of this, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. And yeah, best of luck to you two. Right, let's move on. What do we have here? Scrapman hoodie and pants. Scrapman, la da 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 da. Scrapman, with his power of guns, he will save everybody. Bullet power. So earlier when we had the likes of that scrap armored door, you got so much scrap that would just use the scrap to reinforce our doors. Well, looking at that, this guy had the idea of, you know what? I'm going to use scrap to reinforce my body. Yes, I'm going to be very well protected. So, yeah, we'll see if that potentially works out quite all right. Are you a fan of this? Do you like what you see? Well, please consider voting yes or no, and you too can also become Scrapman. Best of luck to you, Mr. Svonspa and Mr. Mishka. Cool. Now, gentlemen, brace yourselves. Redemption has returned. Redemption Tier 2, version 2 is right here in front of us. We have a ramble. We have a lot of yapping to do. So let's go. Right. Last year in the summer, we had quite a lot of redemption skins being accepted. We had Tier 3 accepted, and there was an attempt for Tier 2. Unfortunately, it didn't end up very successful in terms of the Tier 2 being accepted. Slanosta took a break from Redemption. Every now and then he put another skin out. We had the likes of the SAP skin, doing very nicely at the moment. We had the Revolver, doing very nicely at the moment. Now, initially, after a very long time, these ended up suffering a fair bit. These went down pretty cheap in price. It's unfortunate that we never got the Tier 2, last year. But let me just showcase to you, for a fairly decent time, it was selling very nicely. Up to around December time, this was selling for about $3.50. And then went down. Went down to about as low as $1.50. But recently, it started to pick up. And now, with a new potential core piece on the horizon, what do you reckon could happen to that Tier 3 armour? Of course, it's going to spike in price. So, you might question it. You might sit there and say, oh, but wouldn't red armour stand out a little bit too much in quite a lot of the environments? Don't care. I am a Bionicle. Shut up. So anyway, yes, if we do see new core piece being accepted, you can expect and should expect pre-existing core piece spiking them on, spiking price. We very likely could see the Redemption collection getting reinvigorated And you very likely could see a lot of these weapon skins boosting in demand, boosting in price as well. Not too many of them are like real bad. Like this bar is only down by a few listings, I'm sure. It's only got 56 listings, so maybe it's just got a few straggler sales. AK, I'm not 100% sure on, but I do remember it came out like during the summer sale last year, so it instantly lost all of its BARDA support because we had a weird bug back then. But looking at it now, I think there's only like 70 listings, so even the AK could boost up quite nicely. And it's got a very nice, cool red sheen to it, you know. So get a good look at that. That's a cool looking AK. Only 70 listings on average. Every single Ruskin in the Steam market has about at least 100, and it's very thin, very, very thin. I have to reiterate that. But yeah, have you risen up in price recently? You've done better. Yeah, you've been rising up quite nicely, you have. So, good to see. And of course, with new armour, I can't help but assume that could get another boost as well. So, there's a lot of nice potential things on the horizon. But we have to question this. Will Facepunch want to accept that? I don't know. They didn't accept the original version, but Slanosta did wait for a very long time. Now, you might sit there and say, oh, has Slanosta been away for a long time? No, he was working on other projects with other people. He was actually collaborating and working on the likes of Legacy Kevlar, for example. He also collaborated in getting that long sheet metal double door being accepted, so it's not like he hasn't been around. He just took a break from Redemption. And now here we are with the likes of, Redemption back again. We shall see. Perfect timing. If it's not accepted anytime soon, it probably has a fairly decent chance in potentially being accepted in Complete the Sets if it were to happen. But yeah, gentlemen, it's back. Full, bright, cranberry red sheen. Are you a fan of it? Do you like what you see? Please consider voting yes or no for the likes of Redemption Collection. And yes, I reiterate my point. I do expect the likes of Tier 3 armor to spike in demand and spike in price ever so nice if we were to see it being accepted. In terms of the weapons, hard maybe, but with the low listings they have, I can't help but assume they would get bought out. Lots of people would look at it again and think, yes, I would like to have a nice cool looking red shiny weapon. Again, you're going to sit there and say, but what about the environment? Screw your environment, I'm a Bionicle. So, yeah, cool. Let's move on to the Tier 3 armor. And that'll be the end of the video afterwards. So, I hope you enjoyed it so far. Let's do the final lap. Alright, what do we have right here? We've got a video. Let's go take a look at the video. Taking a look at the skin. Da, 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 da. Hello, hello, hello. What the? Okay. That's different. Okay. So when you look at it from different angles and whatnot, it shows off a different sheen. That's very experimental, Jenna Croco. What on earth am I looking at? So with the different lighting, it emits like a different layer? Okay. That's certainly different. It's like holographic, I guess you could say. That certainly is a different design, a different idea. Like, if that doesn't get accepted, I definitely push that towards certain Twitch, what's the word to say? Content creators. You know, people want to get Twitch drops and whatnot. Provide your services. I can't help but assume a lot of people would like that design. So, yeah, we'll see, we'll see. It also has a fair bit of transparency on the likes of the face mask, but this chest plate, no, it's normal. It's fine. And the exact same effect, I'm sure you'll see in the likes of, from the likes of Whoopsie. I mean, there is another video here. I don't want to go like super up close and whatnot, but you can see the exact same things happening there. So that's pretty interesting. That's pretty cool. Are you a fan of that? Do you like what you see? Well, I mean, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Jenna, didn't expect that from you, mate. I'm quite surprised. That looks really cool. I just don't know if Facepunch would like such a thing. Might be a problem, or maybe, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, if loads of people show their support and say, hey, I like that, I want to see that in the game, well, there you go, maybe it might work out all right. So, we'll see, we'll see. Best of luck to you, and we'll see what happens next. Next up, we have Kaiden's Magma Metal Tier 3 armor. We have the face mask right here. Get a good look at that. It's all made out of magma. How's his body able to be stable? I don't know. How's he not roasting right now? I don't know. But at the very least, do you like the design? Are you a fan? Do you appreciate the Magma Tier 3 armor? Well, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Kaiden. And stay nice and cozy, nice and warm. Best of luck to you, sir. What do we have right here? It's the Beevil. 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 How am I supposed to pronounce this? I don't know. Well, you got a very cool looking, goofy looking face right there. Aha. Oh, he's so happy. Don't you want to be happy? Buy this. Well, at the very least, you can show your support if you like the design of this. But yep, you got the Beeville Tier 3 armor. And if you like what you see, by all means, best of luck to you, Mr. Chillag. Please consider voting yes or no, guys. Let's see how that potentially turns out. Best of luck to you, sir. Right, what do we have here? Raz, Carapace, and... yeah, okay, right, so it's Carapace. Okay, I mean, yeah. Is this like the... oh, that looks nice. Oh, is that transparency? No, it's just, like, very nicely designed. Oh, shiny, okay. Is it like the tombs? You know, like they're in the tombs and the coffins and whatnot. Is it supposed to be resembling that? I'm not 100% sure. But that's a cool looking design there, Mr. Emperor. That looks really nice. Well, you know, it's up to you what you do. Do you like what you see? Are you a fan of this? Would you like to see this being accepted? By all means, best of luck to you, Mr. Emperor. Very cool creative design. We'll see what happens next. Please consider voting yes or no. And for the final skins of this week, we have Iron Jaw. Tier 3, produced by Anafin. You got a lovely little gif here showcasing it. Lovely bit of transparency to really emphasize the cool looking jacket. Sharp metallic design. Look at that. Nice and rusty. All dirty and horrible. This is the way it is. So yeah, cool looking design here. You look very, very crazy like a bandit or marauder. And if you like that design, if you think, yeah, I want to see something like that being accepted, well, please consider voting yes or no. It's a cool looking design. I will give credit to that. So, Anafin, best of luck to you, sir. Let's see what happens next. And with that, gentlemen, that is the final 2 skins of the week. That is all of the clothing and armour. So, which of the clothing and armour pieces was your most favourite? Which one do you think stood out very nicely? And across the board, out of all the skins today, what were your most favourite skins? What stood out to you the most? What do you think will definitely be appearing in a Rust store in the next few weeks or so? That is the April 16 Rust Workshop skin checks. It was only an hour and 40 minutes long. I can't speak anymore. I've been talking for too long. I'm out of puff. I'm out of breath. Right, so, yeah, don't know what's going on over the course of the next month. Can't help but assume we might have complete the sets. Nobody's in the know yet. We'll probably get an announcement of that maybe within the next 2 weeks. Skin creators will be informed, and then I can inform you. Okay, so I do believe German Guy has produced a new top picks list. Oh, there we go. So if I go to here, do I see it here? Week 3, there we are. Right, so we do have top picks. So yeah, we saw all of these skins last week. There might be some newer people here, so if you're watching me thinking, I might need to build up my followed authors list a little bit more, well, consider going through the top picks list. These are the skins you would expect to be picked for the Rust Store rotation this Thursday. But of course, with the recent skins that we saw for the current Rust Store, we did have quite a lot of early picks, didn't we? So that would be skins that we just saw today in my list. So just understand like the differences and whatnot. But yeah, at the very least, consider watching that. Consider watching his newest video as well. You get the idea if you want to get a good look at the skins and whatnot. Get a good look at Mr. Micro's website if you want to stay up to date in regards to what skins are performing the best in terms of scores. Let's just quickly refresh. At the moment, it seems to be Shadow... Right, let's go to here. Wait, no, it's the wrong way around. Shadowborn Locker is currently in the lead with the score. Second place will be Redemption, and then Whiteout AK-47 seems to be third. Now, if you were to look at it purely by upvotes, I can confirm Whiteout AK-47's in the lead, but it's got a lot of haters. It's got a lot of haters, right? So, yeah, you could do an upvote to downvote ratio, and you can see Shadowborn's doing a lot better in that aspect. So, all right. Cool, so thank you very much for watching this video. I do appreciate it. I could probably point out this thing real quickly over here. Keep an eye on the commits, because I've been noticing some very interesting things being mentioned. There's a new weapon on the horizon, the SKS, plus it looks like we're getting some sort of special dynamic sort of like monuments. What do you mean? Like when helicopters crash, it looks like they're actually going to crash on certain monuments or near them. We shall see, but something different for monuments and whatnot. Face Puncher's cooking something interesting, yes. And, of course, if you want to stay up to date with all the newest stuff that's currently being worked on, especially the likes of this potential new monument, Red Town, being recycled and remade, keep an eye on this. New content is currently being worked on. I don't think it's all going to be ready for May Force White, but eventually, later down the line, at some point in the summer. So, keep your ears open, or your eyes, I guess. Yeah. And here's the current front page of the Rust Steam. Thrust! I'm doing it again! When I said flugs and frugs and stupid things earlier. I'm so stupid. I'm so sorry. Anyway. Thank you very much for watching me today. I greatly appreciate it. Hope you all had a lovely day. Have a lovely week. Keep an eye out for the likes of the next Rust store. And don't forget, tomorrow I am doing my abnormal barders. So feel free to jump into my streams. Look in the description for the links to the likes of my Twitch and whatnot. And of course, if you want to kind of be fully up to date with all the newest skins as they get announced by people on Twitter, consider looking at the likes of my Twitter, because I do retweet pretty much every single one. And you can see all the skins that we just showcased off today currently being shown off there. So that's very nice. That's very cool. Thank you very much for watching me. I'm done. Hedge is out. Energy. We're done. Done. Over. No more skins, at least for another week. Bye.